Welcome back to my YouTube channel, y'all. I am back with a quick little word, not even a word. It's like a revelation that God showed me yesterday, and I want to share. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my Bible, because one of the scripture references I'm coming from is Proverbs 3, chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not depend on your own understanding. So yesterday I was talking to God, right? And there's something God told me a while ago that I've been standing on. He's been telling me this. And yesterday I was just like, God, I think I heard you wrong. I think I heard you wrong, Lord. This looks crazy. It ain't no way that this is you speaking to me about this. So I just, was just going on talking to God and just like, God, I need you to show me a sign. I need you to just give me I need you to give me, now mind you, God done showed me. He done already showed me confirmation through dreams and just through just him speaking. So I was like, just God, I gotta make sure I hear you right, because I cannot afford to be hearing you wrong on this. Like, so this is what God had asked me. He was like, do you trust the GPS, your GPS that you put in your phone when you're driving? You put an address in. Do you trust that GPS to get you to where you need to go? And I'm like, yeah. And he said the reason why you trust that GPS so well is because you can see exactly where it's taking you. You're in control. You can see where it's taking you. You could just look at each point that it's going to take you to, and it's going to get you right to that destination. So he was like, you want to be comfortable, so you trust that GPS. But God, he was like, with me, I told you what to expect, but I don't give you the play-by-play. I didn't tell you the how. I didn't tell you what stops you would turn to and what would happen. So he was basically like, you either trust me or you don't. And I'm just like, I trust you, Lord. I'm just trying to make sure. And so something else he said to me, he was like, I know the gifts that I've given you. I know if you can hear me or if you can't. He was like, I know you heard what I said, and I said what I said. And I was just like, okay. And this is what I want to say. Sometimes, listen, when God gives us a promise, when he tells us something, it is not, listen, most of the time it's not going to look nothing like he said. We have to learn how to trust him even when it looks crazy. We have to trust him and not lean on our own understanding. What's the other scripture reference? Hold on. The other scripture reference that I was led to is 2 Corinthians 5, chapter 7. So it says, for we live by believing and not by seeing. Walk by faith and not by sight. Walk by faith and not by sight. So either we're going to trust him or we're not. And like our GPS, we know exactly the way it's going to take us. So we don't worry. We already know, this GPS is going to take us right where we need to go, because we can see it. We can look on our phone and we can see we can see the traffic. We can see all of that. We can see what accidents are up ahead. We can see all of that. But with God, he's not going to tell you how you're going to get there. He's going to tell you what to expect. He's going to give you that promise, and that's it. And when things go to look, and I'm talking about looking completely opposite of what he said, are you still going to trust him? Because he was like, you either going to trust me or you're not. He was like, I'm not obligated to give you confirmation. Because he was like, I already done gave you confirmation after confirmation. And he did. But I'm like, I started to think, man, look, I ain't trying to be delusional. I went to rebuke. I was like, I rebuke the spirit of delusion. And God, and I know God, I be picturing, sometimes I be like, I bet God probably be looking down at me like, oh God, here she go again. Because I just be wanting to be sure. Okay, so I don't want to drag this video out. Whoever this is for, it will reach who it's for. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, if God has told you something and he's told you something and he's shown you confirmation, stand on that. It don't matter how crazy it looks. It don't matter how crazy it looks. The in-between is to build us, and God is building our trust. We don't know what accidents are up ahead. We don't know what is going to happen, because remember, we have an adversary. He's going to try to fight you on what God said. So we have to stand on his word and stand on what he said. Stand on business, because he's not going to be giving you confirmation after confirmation. Now, in the beginning, because he did say, he was like, when you first got on this journey and I told you what I told you, the thing that he did speak to me about, he was giving me back-to-back confirmation. He would give me dreams and just confirmations through multiple other things. And when things started to look different, I would just always be like, I must have heard him wrong. And God kind of got on me yesterday because he was like, come on now. You know better at this point. You know, in the beginning, when you starting to learn his voice and stuff like that, he will give you confirmation, because he straight told me, he was like, I'm not obligated to give you no confirmation. You either trust me or you don't. So you either trust me or you don't. So I hope this helps too. This helps. Trust God. Stand on what he said. If he gave you a promise, I don't care how crazy it looks. Now, see, if you genuinely just don't know, seek his face. Of course, seek his face. But for those who know, trust God. Lean not to your own understanding, because leaning to your own understanding, it will cause more doubt, confusion, and just all kinds of other stuff. So I am done with this word, y'all.